Daniel Martinez, a veteran of politics, resumes his leading role in the theater of Parliament, proclaiming promises of transparency and loyalty. However, under the bright lights and cameras, a much more complex drama unfolds behind the scenes. The first act reveals Martinez vehemently defending Prime Minister Tomas Leclerc amid a fierce accusation. "He's not just a leader, he is the architect of our future prosperity," Martinez cries, while silencing criticism and suffocating dissent with a firm hand and a forced smile. However, the real plot becomes complicated when Alexandre Dupont, leader of the opposition, launches a withering attack. "Transparency?" he asks sarcastically. "Is it transparent to hide agendas and silence critical voices?" Dupont's words, full of defiance, reverberate in the room, leaving Martinez visibly shaken. As the tension escalates, it is discovered that Leclerc, far from being the defender of democracy he pretends to be, has played his cards behind the scenes, manipulating and discarding allies in order to maintain his neat image. Martinez, his faithful servant, is at the most bitter crossroads of his career. "I will defend the voice of the people, even if the voice of power tries to silence us," exclaims Dupont, while Leclerc's supporters murmur among themselves, questioning whether the price of their loyalty is worth the gloom in which they have been plunged. Martinez, for his part, faces the dilemma of his life. With decades in the political game, he wonders if his loyalty to Leclerc is worth more than his integrity. As he reflects, the room is filled with murmurs, and the echo of his own promises of change and honesty resonates like a ghost of the past. The confrontation reaches its climax when Dupont challenges Martinez to an open debate, without scripts or restrictions. "Let's be clear, Daniel. The people deserve to know who really governs their destiny." The air tenses. All eyes are fixed on Martinez. It is his time to define whether he will be remembered as one more pawn on the political chessboard, or as a true defender of the principles he once swore to uphold. The final act is yet to be written, but the pieces are in motion, and loyalties are tested. Which path will Martinez choose? That of political expediency or that of honor and truth? The answer is still up in the air, and the country waits expectantly. As the session continues, the roar of applause and boos fill the room, each faction reacting to every word as if it were a blow in combat. Martinez stands up, his figure silhouetted against the background of national flags and emblems, a symbol of the homeland he claims to defend. "Who is the true guardian of our democracy?" asks Martinez, addressing not only those present, but the entire nation through the cameras. The one who follows orders blindly, or the one who dares to question the status quo? His voice, full of emotion and doubt, invites a deeper reflection on the role of each individual in government. Dupont, no less determined, takes the floor with an impetus that seems to shake the foundations of the building. "Let's talk about true bravery," he exclaims. "Courage is to confront the powerful. It is to tell the truth when everyone prefers complicit silence." His accusation is a dart aimed at the heart of Leclerc's leadership, testing the fidelity and morale of every member of Parliament. Leclerc's supporters, uncomfortable and agitated, look at each other, seeking affirmation or perhaps permission to challenge the party line. Martinez observes this interaction, each gesture revealing more about his allies than years in power had revealed. "And what about those who watch us from their homes?" Dupont continues, his scrutinizing gaze seeming to transcend the walls of the enclosure. "The people, our real leaders. What will they think of the masks we wear here today?" Dupont's question hangs in the air, heavy as lead. Martinez feels the weight of history on his shoulders, the responsibility of being more than just a spokesman for a leader, but a true representative of the people. This is not just a debate about policies or parties. Martinez takes the floor with a new firmness in his tone. It is an examination of our souls as public servants. Are we true to ourselves and to those who have sent us here? The challenge is set, and every person in the room, from the youngest aide to the most senior politician, faces the same question. The answers can change the course of politics, not just in the room, but across the nation. As the debate intensifies, cameras capture every moment, broadcasting this political theater to every corner of the country. Martinez and DuPont's words will resonate long after the session is adjourned, taking root in cafeteria conversations, in college classrooms, and at dinner tables. The stage is set, the cards are on the table, and the political future of Martinez, as well as that of Leclerc and DuPont, hang in the balance. In this play of power and principle, the next move might be the most crucial of all. The tension in the room grows, palpable, like a storm about to explode. Martinez, now in the spotlight, picks up on his courage and prepares for what could be the most important speech of his career. "We are at a crossroads," he declares in a resounding voice. "Every word we speak here charts the path our nation will follow. Will we choose the path of honor or that of opportunism?" This question not only challenges his colleagues, but also invites the entire nation to reflect on the collective destiny. DuPont, always the strategist, takes advantage of Martinez's moment of vulnerability to deliver a rhetorical blow. "Daniel, I respect you as an adversary, but don't you see that your loyalty to Thomas has blinded you? We owe ourselves to the people, not to a single man, no matter how powerful he may be." His words, loaded with an honest and direct challenge, seek to open a crack in the armor of loyalty that Martinez has forged around Leclerc. The murmur among those present grows. Some nod to DuPont, while others seem to reevaluate his position. Politics, after all, is also a game of perceptions, and Martinez's are changing rapidly in the eyes of the public. "Have we forgotten those who sent us here?" continues Martinez, his rhetorical question hitting the consciences of his colleagues. "They gave us their trust, not to serve a leader, but to them, to their families, to their futures." His appeal to the fundamental values of democracy resonates in the silence that follows. DuPont nods, acknowledging the validity of Martinez's defense, but does not give up his pressure. "Then act on your words, Daniel." He defends those principles here and now before all of us, and before history that will undoubtedly judge our actions today. The camera pans slowly, capturing the faces of those present, each processing the verbal grief unfolding before them. It is a critical moment, a turning point that could redefine alliances and break old barriers. Martinez takes a deep breath, the cameras capturing the slight trembling of his hands. "Today, here, I stand not only as an ally of a man, but as the guardian of the will of the people. My commitment is to justice, truth, and integrity, values that must overcome any personal or political loyalty." The applause is instant and deafening, a rare moment of unity in a sea of division. DuPont smiles, perhaps for the first time genuinely, at Martinez. It is a tacit recognition that the real debate is not between two men, but between two visions of what leadership should be in times of crisis.